My beloved child, listen carefully because I am speaking into the very place that has been hurting the most. Heaven leans close to your life. Archangel Michael stands watch over you, and he is declaring in the spiritual realm that a big miracle is coming towards you. One you did not expect. One that has been forming quietly behind the scenes while you thought nothing was moving. You have cried. You have questioned. You have wondered if I had forgotten you. But I tell you now, I have seen every tear. I have counted every sleepless night. And I have recorded every time your heart chose love and truth, even when you were mistreated. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was ignored. Nothing was unseen. There is a person who betrayed you. And this betrayal wounded you more deeply than you have been willing to admit, even to yourself. You tried to be strong. You tried to be silent. You told yourself to move on, to forget, to pretend it did not matter. Yet, when you lay down at night, the memory returned like a sharp edge, pressing against your heart. You wondered what was wrong with you, why you could not just get over it. But I say this to you now, gently and firmly. What hurt you was not small. It was not a slight thing. It was a wound to your trust, a wound to your dignity, a wound to the love you offered so freely. You care very deeply. And that is not a weakness. It is a reflection of my heart within you. The one who betrayed you is now restless. The peace they tried to create for themselves by pretending everything was fine has crumbled. They hear your silence more loudly than your words. They see the distance and it terrifies them. They remember the way your presence felt like safety, like home, like acceptance. And they are beginning to understand what they lost, what they broke, and what they misused. They are desperate now. Desperate to make things right. Desperate to step back into the place they once had in your life, desperate to undo what cannot be undone. And this desperation is not an accident. It is the result of conviction, of light breaking into the darkness they were trying to live in comfortably. But I must show you something important. Even in their desperation, there is still something they have not faced, something they have not fully surrendered, something they are still hiding. They are not yet as honest with themselves as they appear to be with you. There is a part of their story that they have not told. A motive they have not admitted. A fear they have not named. A pattern they have not confronted. They want reconciliation, but they fear exposure. They want your forgiveness, but they hesitate to give you the full truth. They want to step back into your life, but they are still holding on to the very mindset that caused the betrayal in the first place. This is why I am asking you not to move faster than my wisdom. Your heart is tender, child. It loves deeply, and that is beautiful. But sometimes you have tried to heal others so much that you ignored how much you yourself needed healing. You have carried the weight of their guilt like it was your responsibility to fix. You have blamed yourself for their choices. You have asked, was I not enough? Did I do something wrong? Could I have done something more to prevent this? Hear me now. Their betrayal did not begin in your failure. It began in their own unhealed places, their own fears, their own compromises, their own lack of courage to stand in truth and loyalty. You are not the root of their wrong. You are not the cause of their shadow. Archangel Michael has been wearing on your behalf, cutting away the chains that tried to hold you in a cycle of repeating the same story over and over with different people. The pattern of being used, then blamed, then left, then called back when you are needed again is being broken. I am bringing a big miracle into your life, and that miracle is not only about money, opportunity, status, or visible blessings. It is about restoring your sense of worth, your confidence, your peace. It is about teaching you that you are not required to keep bleeding to prove that you love someone. The miracle is that you will no longer confuse loyalty with self-destruction. You will no longer confuse forgiveness with access. You will no longer confuse love with the absence of boundaries. The one who betrayed you will likely come back with tears. They will sound sincere in many ways because a part of them truly is. They are feeling the weight of what they did, and that is real. But I want you to listen beyond their words. Do not only listen to what they say, pay attention to what they avoid saying. Do not only look at their emotions, watch their actions over time. Do not only hear their promises, watch where they stand when things become difficult again. Anyone can cry in a moment of regret. But true transformation is seen in consistent choices when no one is watching. I am not calling you to become hard, bitter, or closed off. I am calling you to become wise. I know how much you have dreamed of reconciliation that is pure and honest. How much you have imagined a conversation where everything is laid bare and the pain is understood, acknowledged, and gently held. I know the part of you that still aches for them to say, "I am truly sorry. I see what I did. I see how it affected you. I will not minimize it, blame you for it, or pretend it didn't matter." This longing is not foolish. It comes from your desire for truth, for healing, for closure. But I need you to understand that even if they never say it exactly the way you wish, even if their apology is incomplete or confused, I can still give you closure. I can still heal you in the spaces their words will never reach. This big miracle that is coming is also about truth. I am going to let more light fall on situations that were hidden. I will show you patterns, not just moments. I will show you how I protected you even when you thought you were abandoned. I will show you why certain doors closed, why certain opportunities never formed, why certain relationships could not continue the way you imagined. I did not allow you to remain comfortable in places that were quietly destroying you. I did not allow you to stay attached to people who were more loyal to their fears, their pride, their image, and their convenience than they were to your heart. Even now, that person who betrayed you is wrestling with themselves. They are replaying conversations in their mind. They remember how you gave them chance after chance. How you softened your voice so they would not feel attacked. How you tried to explain your pain calmly. How you stood by them when others walked away. They remember the way you celebrated them, the way you listened, the way you believed in them. They are starting to see that very few people have treated them the way you did. They are starting to realize that what they did to you was not only a wrong action but a rejection of a sacred gift. This realization is not meant to flatter you. It is meant to show you that you did not imagine your value in their life. You were truly a blessing. However, there is still something they hold on to: the desire to protect their image. They want to say, "I'm sorry." But they do not want to fully admit that their actions came from selfishness or fear. They want to present the betrayal as a misunderstanding, a small mistake, an accident, a moment of confusion, because acknowledging it fully would require them to confront the parts of themselves they don't want to see. They are afraid of being seen as the villain in the story, even though they know what they did was wrong. And as long as they are more committed to preserving their image than embracing full truth, they are not yet safe for your heart. So what do I ask of you in this moment? I ask you to come into my presence with your pain. I ask you to stop hiding from me the parts of your heart that still feel ashamed for trusting. Ashamed for loving, ashamed for believing in someone who ended up hurting you. I do not rebuke you for loving. I do not criticize you for hoping. I am not disappointed in you for being open. In fact, it is your very capacity to love that I am protecting. I am not closing your heart. I am cleansing it. I am not hardening you. I am strengthening you. Your miracle will unfold in stages. First on the inside, peace where there was confusion, self-worth where there was self-blame, calm where there was anxiety. You will wake up one morning and realize that the weight feels lighter, that the memory no longer has the same power to pull you into darkness. You will be able to remember what happened without feeling like you are trapped back in that moment again. You will be able to think about them without feeling like you are losing yourself. This is inner freedom, and I am bringing it to you. Next, I will open new doors. There will be connections, opportunities, and relationships that honor you in ways you are not used to. You will meet people who do not require you to shrink to be loved. You will meet people who listen when you speak, who remember your words, who prioritize your emotional safety, who do not make you feel like you are too much for having needs. You will experience support that does not come with manipulation, generosity that does not come with hidden conditions, kindness that does not hide a selfish agenda. I am not only taking away what hurts you. I am introducing what heals you. When the one who betrayed you tries to return, I want you to stand in this new strength. You may hear their apology. You may see their emotion. You may even see signs of real change beginning in them. And that is good. But remember this, you are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to listen, to observe, to pray, to think, to check in with your own heart. You are under no obligation to rush back to where you were just because they are finally ready to speak. Your healing process matters. Your boundaries matter. Your safety matters. I, the one who created your heart, do not demand that you place it back into hands that have not yet proved they can hold it differently. If I lead you to forgive, it is to set you free, not to erase what happened or to tell you it did not matter. Forgiveness is not the same as pretending. Forgiveness is not the same as exposure to the same harm. Again, forgiveness is a release of the chain that connects your soul to their choices. It is you saying, I will not carry this bitterness like poison in my body anymore. I place this pain into God's hands. I will handle what you cannot. I will deal with what is hidden. I will correct. I will convict. I will guide them if they are willing. You do not have to be their judge or their savior. You are my child, not their punishment and not their healer. There is still something they have not told you, and I will reveal it to you in the right time and the right way. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to interrogate. You do not need to obsess over every detail or replay every conversation trying to guess what it is. I will bring clarity. I will allow circumstances, words, actions, and unexpected pieces of information to come together so that you see the fuller picture. When this happens, it will not be to destroy you, but to release you from confusion. You will say, "Now I understand why I felt something was off. Now I see why the peace never truly settled. Even when I tried to convince myself everything was okay." Truth will not crush you. It will liberate you. I also want to speak to the part of you that quietly thought perhaps this betrayal means I am not lovable, not desirable, not worthy of commitment. That is a lie that has been whispered to you in the dark. The enemy tried to plant that seed deep in your heart. But today I approved it. You are worthy of love that is consistent. You are worthy of respect that does not break under pressure. You are worthy of honesty that does not twist the story to make you feel crazy for seeing what is real. The betrayal said something about them, not about your value. Do not let someone else's wound be written as your identity. I call you chosen, cherished, precious, and I do not change my mind. As the days ahead unfold, you will feel a shift. You may sense that memories rise to the surface, not to torment you, but to be healed. When this happens, do not push them away, or drown them out with distractions. Bring them to me. Say, "God, here it is. Here is that night. Here is that word. Here is that look. Here is that moment when everything changed. And I will sit with you there. I will show you where I was. Even in those moments when you felt utterly alone. I will remind you that you survived. I will remind you that even broken, you did not become what was done to you. You remain tender inside, and that tenderness is part of your spiritual beauty. You may also begin to see how this pain has been preparing you not for more suffering, but for greater wisdom and compassion. You will be able to recognize similar patterns in others, and you will be able to speak life into them. You will understand the language of betrayal not as your home but as a territory you passed through and came out of with insight. You will help people who are blaming themselves for someone else's dishonesty. You will carry a quiet authority when you tell them you did not deserve that. You are not unlovable, you can heal. Your scar will become a testimony, not a prison. The miracle that is coming is layered. It is not only something that will happen around you. It is something that will happen within you and through you. Provision will come. Doors will open. Breakthrough will appear in areas you felt stuck. But the greatest miracle will be this. You will recognize yourself again. Even more radiant. Even more grounded, even more aligned with who I always knew you were. Instead of a broken version of you, I am forming a wiser, stronger, more loving, but also more discerning version of you and about that person who betrayed you. I want you to hold them before me in prayer, not as an idol, not as an enemy, but as a human being in process. You do not need to chase their transformation. You do not need to supervise their growth. You can release them into my hands. If it is part of my good plan that your paths intertwine again in a healthy, healed way, I will orchestrate it in such a manner that there is peace, mutual respect, and truth. If it is not, I will still give you the closure, the healing, and the love you need in other forms. You will not be left empty. Today, I mark this 15th of November as a turning point for you in the spirit. Archangel Michael stands guard, declaring that you are no longer to be surrounded by cycles of manipulation and dishonesty. A big miracle is coming, and it begins with the way you see yourself, the way you allow yourself to be treated, the way you choose your future. Do not cling to what I am gently asking you to release. Do not rush into what I am asking you to observe carefully. Do not ignore the peace or the lack of peace inside you. When you are around someone, I speak through that inner witness more often than you realize. My child, I am not far. I am not silent. I am not indifferent. I have walked with you through every valley. I have stood beside your bed when you cried quietly so no one would hear. I have listened to the conversations you had only in your mind because you were too afraid to say them aloud. I have felt your frustration when you tried to explain your pain and were dismissed, misunderstood, or blamed. I am validating what you went through. I am honoring the depth of your love. I am healing the places where betrayal tried to rewrite your story. Get ready for the miracle. It will not always look like what you imagined, but it will satisfy what your soul has been longing for. You will feel seen. You will feel supported. You will feel guided. You will not miss what is meant for you because I hold your life in my hands. Rest in me. Breathe. Let today be the day you stop calling yourself broken and start calling yourself chosen, protected, and prepared. What you lost will not be the end of your story. What they did will not be the title of your life. You are stepping into a new chapter. And I, your God, am writing it with love, wisdom, and justice. This message is for you, only for you, deeply, personally, tenderly. Hold it close. Walk in it. Let each word remind you that you are not alone. You are not forgotten. And you are not without hope. A big miracle is coming. Trust me as it unfolds. I speak to you, beloved, and I place my hand gently over your heart. Because there are things you have carried in silence that even your own words could not properly explain. You have walked through a season where trust was broken, where promises were shattered, and where the very person you thought would protect you became the one who wounded you. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still searching for me, and I want you to know right now that I have not ignored what was done to you. And I have not ignored how deeply it cut you. I have seen every tear you wiped alone, every conversation you replayed in your mind, every why that echoed in your soul when no answer seemed to come. Archangel Michael has been standing close, whispering what your heart has struggled to believe. A big miracle is coming. Not a small adjustment, not a tiny change, a big miracle, one that will touch the exact area where you were hurt, the exact place where betrayal came like a storm, the exact wound your heart has been trying to hide, even from itself. This is not a coincidence. It is not random. I, the Lord your God, am moving in that very place where you felt most abandoned. And I am turning it into the place where you will see my power, my justice, my restoration, and my love in a way that will silence the voices that told you you were forgotten. The one who betrayed you is restless now. You may not know it outwardly. You may not see their tears, you may not hear their private confessions, but I see it. I see the heaviness on their conscience. I see the way they replay the day they hurt you. The moment they chose someone else's opinion over your heart. The way they allowed pride, fear, greed, jealousy, or weakness to step on you as if your feelings did not matter. They tried to move on. They tried to pretend it was nothing. They tried to justify themselves. But I, the Lord, do not allow injustice to rest forever. I do not allow lies to remain comfortable. I stir hearts. I interrupt sleep. I confront the conscience. I use silence like a mirror and time like a loud voice. Now their heart is not at peace because they know what they did to you was not right. They are desperate to make things right. Sometimes you can feel it in your spirit without even seeing them. You sense their name. You feel a strange pull in your chest. You remember them out of nowhere and wonder why when you were trying so hard to move forward. This is not to torment you but to show you that I am working behind the scenes. I am dealing with hearts. I am dealing with motives. I am dealing with the hidden places that no one else can see. They are struggling with guilt. They are struggling with regret. They are replaying moments where they could have chosen you or they could have defended you or they could have told the truth but chose silence. Now silence is shouting at them. Now regret is following them like a shadow they cannot outrun. But listen carefully, my beloved. Though they are desperate to make things right, there is still something they have not done. There is still something they are holding back. There is still a part of the truth that has not been spoken. A part of the apology that has not been surrendered. A part of their heart that is still clinging to pride, fear, or self-protection. I do not reveal this to you so that you become bitter. I reveal this so that you become wise. I reveal this so that you do not rush blindly into the arms of someone simply because they appear sorry. I reveal this so you can stand in the light of my wisdom. Not in the confusion of your emotions. You have a tender heart. You are quick to love, quick to forgive, quick to hope. This is something I placed inside you. It is part of your beauty, part of your calling, part of the way my love flows through you. But your tenderness has been used against you by people who did not value it. Some saw your kind heart and thought you were weak. Some saw your loyalty and thought it was something they could play with. Some saw your trust and thought they could betray you and then return whenever they wanted, expecting you to open the door as if nothing happened. Today I am guarding that door with you. Today I am teaching you that forgiveness is holy but so are boundaries. That love is powerful but so is wisdom. That mercy is divine but so is discernment. Archangel Michael stands with you. Sword of truth drawn not against you but for you. He is cutting away confusion. He is separating manipulation from genuine repentance. He is exposing half-truths, hidden motives, and unspoken secrets. There is something they still have not told you. And I do not want you to walk blindly into a partial confession. I am a God of wholeness, not half-steps. When I restore thoroughly. When I bring a miracle, I do not leave pieces of poison hidden underneath the blessing. That is why before your miracle fully manifests, I am cleaning the atmosphere around you. I am exposing what needs to be exposed. I am bringing to the surface what has been buried. You have asked me, God, why did you let them betray me? Why didn't you stop it? I hear the honesty in your question. I know the ache behind your words. I did not cause their betrayal. I gave them the free will to choose just as I gave you free will. They chose to hurt you. But I did something they didn't see. I took note. I took record. I took that moment of breaking and I began weaving redemption into it. Even as you were crying, I began planning a miracle, a future event, a turning point that would not only heal you, but also elevate you beyond the level you were at before the betrayal. You were not betrayed because you were worthless. You were betrayed because you carry a worth that intimidated those who did not understand it. Your light, your calling, your future scared some people who did not know how to handle your uniqueness. Instead of celebrating you, they tried to contain you. Instead of protecting you, they compromised you. But what they touched is mine. You are mine. Your destiny is mine, your purpose is mine. When they mishandled you, they touched something sacred. And now I am intervening with holy justice and holy love. Today on this 15th of November, I mark a line in the spirit for you. Things will not remain the same. You may not see everything change in 1 hour, but the shift is already in motion. The big miracle that is coming is not just about them returning. It is about you stepping into a future that is not controlled by their apology or their absence. Your miracle is not dependent on what they do. Your miracle is rooted in who I am. They may come back with trembling hands, unsure words, and partial truth, but your destiny is anchored in my voice, not theirs. This is why I am calling you to listen closely to me in this season. Do not rush to answer the knock at your door, whether that door is physical, emotional, or spiritual. Pause with me. Breathe with me. Ask me, God, show me their heart. And I will send signals in your spirit. I will give you peace or unease. I will arrange small conversations, unexpected information, subtle confirmations. I will show you what was hidden in ways that may surprise you. Not to embarrass them, but to protect you. Not to humiliate them, but to preserve your healing. Not to make you cold, but to make you wise. A big miracle is coming. And part of that miracle is this. You will not be manipulated in the same way again. You will not be blind in the same way again. You will not ignore red flags just because your heart is lonely. I am healing the root of loneliness inside you. I am touching the part of you that believed you had to accept crumbs just to feel loved. I am rewriting that belief. I am teaching you that you are worth more than postponed promises and secret conversations. You are worth consistent truth, transparent actions, and a love that does not require you to shrink. The one who betrayed you may feel desperate now, but desperation is not the same as transformation. Do you hear my heart in this? Desperation can come from fear of consequences. Transformation comes from true repentance, from a heart genuinely turned, from a mind renewed, from pride surrendered. I am dealing with their heart, but I am also standing guard over yours. You are not responsible for their spiritual journey. You are not responsible for healing what they broke inside themselves. You are not called to be their savior. You are called to be my child. To walk in the freedom I give you. To move in the peace I provide. To step into the future that I open. There is something they have not confessed. There is a detail, a decision, a conversation, a secret alliance, a hidden motive that has not yet been brought to the light. I am not telling you this to make you suspicious of everyone. I am telling you this because I do not want you to build your next chapter on an incomplete foundation. If I am taking time to reveal, trust that my timing is protective. If I am slowing down their access to you, trust that I am preserving your heart. I see what you cannot see. I hear what you did not hear. I know what was said in rooms you never entered. I am the God who hears whispers and sees in the dark. Your miracle will confirm my love for you in a way that cancels out the lie that you are easy to abandon. You are not disposable. You are not interchangeable. You are not a background option. You are my chosen one. Called by name, held in my hand, seen in your silent nights. Every time you cried quietly and thought no one noticed, heaven did. Every time you forced yourself to smile while your heart felt heavy, I was there. Every time you felt the urge to message them and then stop yourself, I saw the war between your longing and your wisdom. I honor that struggle. I am strengthening the part of you that chooses what is healthy over what is familiar. Archangel Michael goes before you in this season. Not to fight physical battles at your door, but to clear spiritual clutter around your life. Old attachments are being cut. Old words spoken against you are being silenced. Old labels placed on you by those who misunderstood you are being removed. Where others called you too much, I call you perfectly designed. Where they called you difficult, I call you deep. Where they called you needy, I call you sensitive and aware. The traits they tried to shame you for are often the traits connected to your calling. I am restoring your confidence in who I made you to be. Your miracle will not be just a change in circumstances but a change in how you see yourself. You will stop seeing yourself through the lens of their betrayal. You will stop replaying that moment as proof that you are not enough. You will start seeing that their betrayal says more about where they were spiritually and emotionally than it ever did about your worth. This is part of the miracle to separate your identity from what was done to you. You are more than the heartbreak you went through. You are more than the loss you suffered. You are more than the silence they left you in. There will come a moment sooner than you think when a message, a call, a visit or a conversation will take place and they will try to explain. They will search for words. They will say they were confused, scared, pressured, misled. They will tell you they were not themselves. Some of this may be true. Some of this may be mixed with self-protection. Do not feel guilty for listening with both your heart and your wisdom. It is not unforgiving to ask for clarity. It is not cruel to expect honesty. It is not unloving to keep safe boundaries while still wishing them well. Remember, beloved, that my love for you does not depend on how this story with them ends. If they fully repent, change, and stand in truth that is between them and me. If they choose halfway apologies and hidden truths, I will still protect and bless you. I am not limited by their choices. Your miracle is secure in my hands, not theirs. I can raise new connections. I can open new doors. I can bring new relationships. New opportunities, new seasons where you are honored, not used, seen, not overlooked, valued, not tolerated. There is also something I want to heal in you that is deeper than the betrayal itself. The betrayal echoed an old wound, one that goes back further than this person. There were times even earlier in your life when you felt replaced, forgotten, or chosen last. Those earlier moments created a fear that has followed you into every new relationship. This betrayal did not create that fear. It exposed it. Now, instead of allowing it to quietly control you, I am bringing it to the surface so that I can heal it. This is part of your big miracle. Not just an outward change, but an inward freedom. I am inviting you today to place that fear in my hands. The fear of being left. The fear of being lied to again. The fear of being humiliated. The fear of starting over. The fear of trusting someone new. Lay it before me. Not in perfect polished words, but in raw honesty. Tell me, God, I'm scared of going through this again. Tell me, God, part of me still loves them and part of me doesn't trust them at all. I can hold all of that. I am not surprised by your mixed emotions. I am not offended by your confusion. I am the one who calms storms. Even when the storm is inside your own chest while I am working in their heart, do not pause your life waiting for their next move. Do not put your joy on hold. Do not delay your self-care, your dreams, your growth, your healing until they fix things. Live, move, grow, take steps forward. I am with you in motion. I am not asking you to press pause on your destiny while their conscience catches up. I am asking you to trust me enough to keep walking, knowing that if they are truly meant to walk beside you in the next chapter, I will align it in a way that does not require you to shrink, beg, or suffer. You may ask, God, what if I forgive them and they hurt me again? Hear me. Forgiveness is not permission for repeated harm. Forgiveness frees your soul. Boundaries protect your life. I am giving you strength to say yes wisely and no confidently. I am giving you the courage to walk away when words do not match actions. I am giving you the clarity to see where someone is truly changed and where they are just uncomfortable with guilt. You will not be fooled easily again. This is part of the miracle. Wisdom is a miracle. Clarity is a miracle. Self-respect is a miracle. Today, Archangel Michael stands as a witness that heaven has heard your cries for justice and for healing. Justice will not always look like what you imagined, but it will always align with my love for you. Sometimes justice is their transformation. Sometimes justice is their distance. Sometimes justice is me elevating you so far beyond the place where they left you that even your memory of that ache loses its power. Whichever form it takes, know this. I am for you, not against you. I am not neutral about what hurt you. I am not indifferent about your tears. I move with intention for those who lean on me. Open this message in your heart fully, not just with curiosity, but with willingness. Allow these words to sit inside you today. Let them soak into the places where your heart still trembles. There is a reason you were led to read this on this date in this season during this inner struggle. This is not an accident. This is an appointment with me. While you read, I am placing a gentle but firm shield over you. One that lets love in but keeps deception out. One that welcomes honest connection but rejects hidden agendas. The big miracle that is coming will answer questions you have carried for years. It will confirm that you were never forgotten. It will show you that I can take even the most painful betrayal and turn it into a doorway of blessing, growth, and elevation. You will look back one day and say, "That moment broke me. But it also became the turning point where God lifted me into a life I never imagined I could have." You will not always cry when you think of this. One day you will smile with gratitude, not because of what they did, but because of what I did through it. For now, stay close to me. Talk to me often, not with formal words, but with honest ones. Let me be the one you lean on at night. Let me be the one you talk to when you feel the urge to reach out to them just to quiet your pain. Let me be the one who reminds you of your worth when you feel that familiar ache. I will not tire of comforting you. I will not get bored listening to you. I will not shame you for still feeling what you feel. I am your God, your Father, your healer, your protector. There is something they still have not told you. But there is also something you have not yet fully believed about yourself. That you are worthy of a love that is honest, steady, and gentle. That you are worthy of opportunities that match the depth of the gift inside you. That you are worthy of living free from the shadow of betrayal. I am leading you into that belief step by step. Day by day, thought by thought, and as your belief shifts, your life will shift with it. Today, on this 15th of November, receive this as my personal message to you. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not destined to live in cycles of betrayal. A big miracle is coming and it will touch your heart, your mind, your relationships and your future. Let me prepare you, protect you, and position you. Stay in my presence. Walk in my peace and know that I am already working even in the places you cannot see. I am speaking directly to your spirit and I am asking you to listen with your heart more than with your ears. I know how tired you are. I know how many times you said, "God, if this is really for me, speak clearly." And I am answering that whisper now. I, the Lord your God, see everything you cannot see. I see the truth behind the smiles, the intention behind the apologies, the motive behind the tears. I see the heart of the one who betrayed you, the one who broke you in ways no one else ever truly understood. And I am also seeing what is about to unfold for you. The big miracle that is already moving toward your life. Even as you read this, Archangel Michael has been standing beside you in the moments when you felt the most abandoned. When you cried alone, when your chest felt tight with pain, when you could not understand why someone you trusted so deeply could wound you so completely. My angel wrapped you in protection even when you were not aware of it. Today, Archangel Michael speaks in agreement with my heart and says to your soul, a big miracle is coming. You are not going to remain in this place of hurt, confusion, and unanswered questions. Something you thought was over is being rewritten by God. But you must listen very carefully because not everything that looks healed is truly healed and not every apology is clean. The person who betrayed you has been restless. They have tried to move on with life, but their conscience is not at peace. They hear your silence louder than words. They feel the emptiness of what they broke. They replay the moments in their mind where they chose pride, ego, selfishness, or weakness over the love, trust, and loyalty you gave them. They did not think you would pull away so deeply. They did not think your absence would feel so heavy. Now they are desperate to make things right. Desperate to come back, to fix, to talk, to explain, to cry, to beg for another chance, to rewrite the ending they wrote carelessly. They are feeling the weight of every lie, every secret, every careless word, every promise broken. I want you to understand this very clearly. I am not blind to the tears they shed in private. I am not blind to the regret that now eats at them. But I am also not blind to the part of their heart that is still not fully surrendered to truth. There is something they still have not told you. There is a piece of the story they are holding back. A part of the betrayal that remains hidden in the dark. They may come to you with an apology, but there is still a missing piece. Something not yet confessed. Something they are afraid to admit. Something they still want to protect. Their image, their reputation, their comfort, their control. And I, the Lord, do not want you to be blind to this. You have asked me, God, should I trust them again? Should I open my heart again? Should I listen to them if they come back? And today I am responding with wisdom, not with fear. I am not telling you to close your heart to love, but I am telling you not to close your eyes to reality. Forgiveness is my language, but wisdom is also my language. I do not want you to live in bitterness, but I also do not want you to walk back into a cage disguised as comfort. You are not obligated to return to the same pattern in order to prove that you have forgiven. Your forgiveness is between your heart and mine. Your boundaries are allowed, your safety matters to me. Your peace matters to me more than their convenience. This person is desperate to make things right because they are now realizing who you are. They see that the love you gave was rare, that your presence was a blessing, that your prayers carried power, that your loyalty was something money or status can never buy. They see that my hand is upon you. They see that doors are starting to open for you, that I am shifting your life, that you are not the same broken version of yourself they once manipulated, misunderstood, or neglected. They sense that you are rising. It scares them to imagine you fully healed and fully walking in the identity I gave you. Because somewhere deep down they know they did not value you when they had you. But listen to me. I am not restoring you so that you can be chained to your past. I am restoring you so that you can walk into your miracle with clarity, strength, and spiritual maturity. The big miracle that is coming is not just a return of someone. It is a return of your dignity, your confidence, your spiritual power, your joy, your opportunities, your stability, your understanding of how deeply I love you. The miracle is not just about a person coming back. The miracle is about you coming back to yourself. You lost pieces of yourself trying to love them. You lost sleep, lost weight, lost focus, lost laughter, lost hope, lost the sparkle in your eyes. I am bringing all of that back to you, but in a higher form with deeper roots in me so that no one will ever be able to tear you apart in the same way again. Archangel Michael has been fighting battles in the unseen for you. Attacks against your mind, words spoken against your name, plans made to discredit you. Intentions to use your love or your generosity for someone else's selfish advantage. I have seen all of it. Some of the heartbreak you experienced was not just about human weakness. It was also spiritual. There were forces that wanted to use this betrayal to break your faith, to make you curse me, to make you surrender your destiny, to make you believe you were unworthy of true love and true loyalty. But you are still here. Your spirit is still reaching for me. Your eyes are still searching for my voice. That alone is proof that darkness did not win. You felt like you were losing, but your survival in faith is already a victory. I need you to understand something sacred. When I say a big miracle is coming, I am not speaking lightly. I am not throwing empty words to comfort your emotions temporarily. I am announcing a shift that has already begun in the spiritual realm. The ground beneath the story of your life is being rearranged. People, places, and things that once held you are loosening their grip. The confusion is going to clear. The fog around your next step is going to lift. You are going to look around one day and realize you are no longer living in the same emotional atmosphere that almost suffocated you. But before your miracle fully manifests, there are decisions that must be made inside of you. Will you choose to heal or to rehearse the pain over and over? Will you choose to let me rewire your mind, or will you keep replaying the moments of betrayal as your main identity? I am calling you out of the identity of the rejected one, the abandoned one, the betrayed one, the one who was not chosen. These labels were never yours to carry forever. They were events, not your essence. Yes, someone betrayed you. Yes, someone chose their ego over you. Yes, someone lied. Yes, someone walked away or broke something precious. But I am the one who chose you before all of that. I am the one who knew you when no one else even knew your name. I am the one who saw who you could be before any human recognized it. My choice over you is higher than any human rejection. You have cried, God, why did you allow this? Why let someone get so close if they were only going to break me? I hear that question in your heart even when you don't say it out loud. I want you to know this. I never take joy in your pain. I never delight in your tears. But I am not only the God of prevention, I am also the God of redemption. There were signs you ignored because you wanted to believe the best. There were warnings you felt inside but pushed away because your heart was soft and hopeful. You were not foolish. You were loving. Still choices were made. Free will was exercised. Yet even now I am working all of this together for your good in ways you cannot yet see. The person who betrayed you is learning a painful lesson. Not because I hate them, but because I love truth. I discipline to correct, not to crush. Their desperation now is part of their journey. They are meeting the consequences of their choices. They thought they could treat your heart casually and still live peacefully. But I do not leave the mistreatment of my children unchecked. I have allowed their conscience to awaken. I have allowed certain things to fail in their life. I have allowed certain doors to close, certain relationships to crumble, certain plans to backfire so that they will confront what they did, so that they will see who they lost, so that they will recognize the weight of their actions. Some of them will come with genuine repentance. Some of them will truly fall to their knees in their private time and ask me for forgiveness. Some will be ready to tell you the full truth without hiding, without twisting, without trying to make themselves look innocent. Others will still come half prepared with partial honesty, with selective memory, with the intention of feeling better rather than truly making things right. This is why you must stay close to me. You cannot rely only on your emotions to decide who is safe. Your heart can be moved by tears, words, and memories, but my spirit discerns what lies beneath. As you move into this new season, I want you to pray differently. Instead of only saying, "God, bring them back," say, "God, reveal the truth." Instead of only saying, "God, let us be together again," say, "God, let everything hidden come to light and strengthen me to accept what is revealed. Ask me for clarity, ask me for spiritual sight. Ask me to show you the difference between genuine transformation and temporary fear of losing you. I will not leave you without guidance. I will speak through peace or the lack of it. I will speak through signs, through timing, through the alignment or misalignment of their actions with their words. I will not force you to choose, but I will be there whispering wisdom as you decide. The big miracle that is coming will also show in other areas of your life. Expect a shift in your finances, in your opportunities, in your sense of direction. The betrayals you endured have produced a deeper character in you. You have learned to recognize real and fake more quickly. Now you have learned to value your own heart more. You have learned to talk to me more intimately. All of that is preparing you for the blessings I am sending. I am going to place you in rooms where your name is honored, not dragged. I am going to connect you with people who love you without hidden competition, without envy, without secret agendas. I am going to open doors that were shut before, and you will walk through them with a new level of self-respect that no one can steal. Do not think I am only interested in your spiritual life and not in your tangible life. I care about your relationships, your home, your work, your stability, your dreams. I see how the betrayal shook your sense of safety. Some of you became afraid to trust anyone. Some of you even began to mistrust yourself and your own ability to make good decisions. I am sending healing into that area. I am going to restore your inner compass. You will not live forever in suspicion and fear. You will be able to trust again, but this time with wiser eyes and with me as your first filter. Understand this. When Archangel Michael says a big miracle is coming, it is also a signal to prepare. Preparation means you must let go of certain things you are still holding emotionally. You must release the idea that your value is proven when the person who hurt you suddenly sees your worth. Your value has always been in me, not in their recognition. Whether they repent or not, whether they change or not, whether they come back or not, you are still my beloved. Your future is not chained to any one person's decision. I have many ways to bless you. I have many paths to bring you joy. Do not idolize reconciliation to the point where you forget that I can bring restoration in ways far beyond your imagination. At the same time, Do not close your heart so tightly that even if I wanted to write a new chapter with someone changed and purified, there would be no space. I want your heart soft, but I want your mind sharp. I want you loving, but I want you wise. I want you open to grace, but guarded with discernment. You are not required to accept chaos in the name of love. You are allowed to say no even after you forgive. You are allowed to walk away from what no longer aligns with the peace I am giving you. You are allowed to tell this person, I wish you well. I hold no hatred, but I cannot return to what broke me. But if I in my perfect wisdom show you that this person has truly changed, that they have faced themselves, that they have surrendered to my correction, that they have uncovered the secret they were still hiding, and they stand before you with truth, humility, and a willingness to rebuild brick by brick. Then I will also give you the strength either to rebuild carefully or to bless them as you each walk separately in peace. Either way, the miracle is that you will no longer be controlled by what they did. You will no longer live in reaction to their choices. You will move from being the wounded one to being the healed one who walks in purpose. Your story is not over. I am the author and I have not written the end over this chapter of your life. I am turning the page. The new seasons I write often begin with pain that does not make sense yet. Trust that I am not wasting any of it. The tears you cried on your pillow. The nights you stayed up replaying conversations. The days you felt numb and went through the motions while your heart was bleeding. All of that is seen and counted. Every tear has been noticed. Every sigh has been heard. Nothing in your pain was invisible to me. Now I am sending comfort. I am sending an inner shift that will surprise even you. Suddenly what once triggered you will lose its power. Suddenly the memory will no longer send you spiraling. Suddenly you will feel a calm strength rise up inside and you will realize I am not who I was when they hurt me. God has done something in me. That inner transformation is part of your miracle. The external blessings will follow. Divine connections, unexpected good news, messages that bring relief. Opportunities that align perfectly. Breakthroughs in family situations. Resolutions in areas that felt stuck for years. As this person who betrayed you becomes desperate to make things right. Remember this. You are not desperate. You are loved. You are chosen. You are guided. You are protected. You are not running out of time. You are not running out of love. You are not running out of chances in life. I am not limited by your past. I am not limited by what they did. I am not limited by what you did when you were hurting. I am a God of new beginnings. Even in the middle of old stories, there is something they still have not told you. And when it comes out, whether through their lips, through circumstance, through a sudden revelation, or through something you accidentally discover, I want you to remain anchored in me. Do not let the new piece of truth destroy the healing I am already giving you. Instead, let it clarify the lesson. Let it confirm that you were right to lean on me. Let it push you deeper into my arms, not into self-blame. You did not deserve the betrayal. You are not the reason they chose wrong. Each person is responsible for their own choices. But now you are responsible for what you do with the truth. I am going to stand beside you when conversations happen. I am going to strengthen you to speak calmly, to stand firmly, to say what you need to say without shaking. You will not crumble, you will not fall apart. You will not be manipulated back into confusion. You are rising. The version of you that emerges from this season will be more spiritually mature, more confident, more rooted, more radiant. Your glow will not come from pretending everything is fine. Your glow will come from knowing that no matter what happens with any human relationship, I am for you, not against you. And my plans for you stand. Today on November 15th, I am marking a shift over your life. Archangel Michael has already moved ahead of you, clearing paths, breaking chains, cutting cords of unhealthy soul ties, guarding you from traps that were being prepared. There are plans that have been cancelled in the spirit without you ever knowing. There are words spoken against you that are returning to the sender without touching you. There are plots that were set against your joy that are collapsing as my light enters the situation. Your mind will feel lighter. Your chest will feel less heavy. Your spirit will begin to hope again, not in a person, but in me. A big miracle is coming. It is closer than you think. It is not late. It is right on my timing. You will see movement in the very areas where you said this will never change. You will witness turnarounds in the very places you had written off. But as you wait, do not stare only at the one who betrayed you. Lift your eyes to me. Let me be your center, not them. Let me be your anchor, not their apology. Let me be your safety, not their promises. If they are meant to walk with you into the next chapter, I will make it clear. If they are meant to stay behind, I will also make that clear. You will not be left guessing forever. I am your God. I am speaking this into your spirit so deeply that even when you close this message, the echo will remain. You are not alone. You are loved beyond your understanding. You are on the edge of a transformation that will touch every layer of your life. You will see why certain things had to break so that better things could be built. You will understand one day why I allowed you to walk through this valley. Because when you stand on the mountain, you will see how I was with you the entire path. Breathe now. Release the tension in your body. Place your pain, your questions, your confusion in my hands. Say in your heart, God, I give you this betrayal. I give you this person. I give you my fear. I give you my future. As you do, my peace will begin to settle on you in a new way. You will sense that something unseen is shifting in your favor because it is. This is my message for you. This is not an accident. This is not a coincidence. You were meant to read this today. Hold on to it. Reread it when doubt tries to whisper that nothing will change. Remember, Archangel Michael has spoken and I, the Lord your God, have confirmed it. A big miracle is coming and I am preparing not only the miracle for you, but also preparing you for the miracle. I see your tears and I see your faith. Today on the 15th of November, I am speaking to you in a way your heart can feel. My child, I have watched every moment you thought nobody saw. Every quiet cry at night, every time you asked, why did they do this to me? You have carried the weight of a betrayal that shook your soul. And yet you are still here, still breathing, still believing, still hoping that somewhere in all this pain, I, your God, will bring a miracle. Hear me clearly. A big miracle is coming. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to beg for it. It is already moving toward you. And heaven has already written your name on it. Archangel Michael stands beside you even now and he speaks over you. Do not be afraid. What broke you will no longer define you. The betrayal you went through did not just wound your emotions. It tried to break your sense of worth. It made you question if you were ever truly loved. It made you feel like your presence was something people could use, misuse, and throw away. But I tell you today, that is a lie. You were never disposable. You were never a mistake. You were never an option. You have always been chosen. Even on the days you felt completely rejected. The one who betrayed you is now restless. They thought they could move on and forget. But their spirit cannot find peace because you were not just someone to them. You were a blessing they did not respect, a gift they mishandled, a soul they wounded. And now the weight of what they did is pressing heavily on their heart. They are desperate to make things right. They replay conversations in their mind. They remember the moments where they could have chosen kindness but chose cruelty instead. They remember the times you were there for them when no one else was. And yet they repaid you with silence, lies, or betrayal. They are being confronted with their own reflection and it is not the image they wanted to see. This is not an accident. I am the one allowing their conscience to wake up. I am the one turning their comfort into discomfort so that they can see the truth of what they did to you. My justice is not always loud in the beginning, but it is always sure. You wondered if they ever felt guilty, you wondered if they ever cried over you the way you cried over them. And though you may never see their tears with your physical eyes, know that there are nights where they cannot sleep because the memory of you is now haunting the places where they once felt so secure. But my child, listen very carefully. Just because they are desperate to make things right does not mean they have changed completely. There is still something they are hiding. There is still a part of their heart that is not fully surrendered, not fully honest, not fully healed. They want to come back to the light of your presence, but they have not yet let go of the shadows they walked in. They are still attached to certain patterns, certain people, certain habits, certain lies. This is why I do not want you to move by emotion alone. I want you to move with wisdom. Your heart is tender and you easily feel empathy even for those who hurt you. This is beautiful and I love this about you. But this is also why I am asking you to be guarded in me. Archangel Michael is standing on your path like a mighty guardian, sword drawn, not to scare you, but to protect you. He is not just protecting you from your enemies. He is also protecting you from going back to the same chains that once bound you. There will be moments where you feel a strange heaviness, a warning in your spirit, a nudge that something is not right. Do not ignore that. That is me speaking. That is my spirit shielding you from a repeated cycle. There will be a message, a call, a visit, or an attempt. It may come sooner than you expect. It may come in a simple familiar form. Hi, how are you? Or can we talk? But behind those words is a storm of emotions they are carrying. And behind your answer, there is a fork in your destiny. I am not telling you this to make you afraid. I am telling you this to make you aware. You are no longer the person you were when they broke you. You are stronger now, even if you don't feel it. You are wiser now, even if you doubt it. You are more valuable in your own eyes, now than you were then, because this pain forced you to look for me, to lean on me, to listen for my voice in your darkness. You thought this betrayal was the end of your story. But it was a turning point. It was a moment where I started to pull you away from people, places, and patterns that could not go with you into your miracle. Your big miracle is not just about material blessings, open doors, or sudden opportunities. Yes, those are coming too. Yes, I am preparing unexpected provision, surprising connections, and breakthroughs that will shock even you. But the deepest miracle I am working in you is internal. I am healing the way you see yourself. I am restoring the way you trust. I am teaching you how to love without losing yourself. I am teaching you how to say no without feeling guilty. How to create boundaries without feeling selfish. How to protect your heart while still letting love in. This is the kind of miracle that lasts. This is the kind of miracle that no one can steal from you. The one who betrayed you is now walking through a valley of realization. They are beginning to grasp that they did not just hurt you. They blocked their own blessing. When they rejected you, mocked you, or used you, they were actually rejecting the favor I had placed over their life through you. They did not understand that you were an answer to their prayer, and they treated you like a distraction. They thought they were choosing something better, more exciting, or more convenient. But as time passes, the illusion is fading. What looked like gold is rusting in their hands. What looked like freedom now feels like emptiness. What looked like fun now feels like regret. Their heart is restless, but they still have secrets. Secrets about what they said. Secrets about what they did behind your back. Secrets about who they allowed to disrespect you. Who they allowed to come between you. There are conversations that you never heard, decisions that you never knew about, actions that would break your heart all over again if I showed them to you in detail. This is why I am not revealing everything to you. I am not hiding truth to protect them. I am protecting you. If you saw every detail, you would not only cry, you might be tempted to hate. You might be tempted to despise yourself for ever loving them. I do not want that for you. I want you to forgive without knowing every dirty detail, because your healing does not depend on their full confession. Your healing depends on your willingness to let me be enough. Understand this. Their desire to make things right is part of my justice, but it is not your job to repair them. You are not the healer of their soul. You are not the savior of their conscience. You are not responsible for carrying the weight of their guilt. If they come to you with apologies, listen with wisdom. You do not need to respond in anger. You do not need to be cruel. You can be kind and firm at the same time. You can forgive them and still refuse to return to the same dynamic. Forgiveness is your freedom, not your prison. It does not mean you must give them the same access to your heart that they once abused. It simply means you choose not to let the poison of bitterness stay in your system. There will come a moment when you feel the pull to go back. Not because you truly want the pain again, but because you miss the emotional familiarity. You missed the version of them you once believed in. You missed the idea of the relationship, the dream you had built in your mind. This is where I, your God, am asking you to pause, breathe, come to me. When the memory of their smile collides with the memory of their betrayal, do not let confusion drive your next step. Let peace be your guide. If your body tenses, if your spirit feels heavy, if your joy suddenly disappears whenever you imagine letting them back in fully, pay attention. That is not peace. That is a warning. Archangel Michael has been surrounding you in times you didn't even know danger was near. When you were about to reply to a message you knew you shouldn't answer and your phone glitched or your attention was suddenly pulled away, that was protection. When you felt unusually tired or uninterested in going somewhere and later heard something happened there, that was protection. When someone suddenly lost access to you, not through drama, but through distance, that was protection. You thought you were unlucky. You thought, why did this fall apart? But heaven knew there were conversations happening behind your back, intentions forming in hidden corners, traps being prepared. I shifted your path to save you. Your miracle is tied to your willingness to move forward with me, not backwards with them. This does not mean that reconciliation is impossible. With me all things are possible, but reconciliation must be rooted in truth, repentance and transformation, not in fear, loneliness or pressure. If I ever lead you to reconnect, it will be with clarity, not confusion. It will be with confirmation, not chaos. It will be with wisdom, not weakness. I will not send you back into something that looks like love but smells like the same old pain. I love you too much for that. This is why I am working deeply in you now. Shaping your standards, cleansing your heart, renewing your mind, so that no matter who knocks on your door, you will be able to discern what is from me and what is not. There is also a part of their heart that is still afraid. Afraid to admit the full truth. Afraid of losing control. Afraid of looking weak. Afraid of facing the consequences of their actions. They want your forgiveness, but they may not yet be willing to walk in full honesty. They want your warmth, but they may not yet be willing to step out of the cold places they have been hiding in. They want the comfort of your presence, but they may not yet be willing to carry the responsibility of loving you. Right? This is what I mean when I say there is still something they still hold on to, something they still refuse to let go of. Something they still hide in the shadows. Do not let their desperation become your decision. Do not let their urgency become your command. Do not let their fear of losing you rush you into giving pieces of yourself you are still healing. You are not obligated to make them feel better about their own choices. Your first responsibility in this season is to protect the work I am doing in you. You are growing. You are evolving. You are not where you used to be. I see the small changes. The way you speak to yourself with more kindness. The way you pause before reacting. The way you pray instead of exploding. The way you walk away from some things you used to tolerate. These are not small in my eyes. These are evidence that you are moving into the version of yourself that can handle the miracle I am sending. The big miracle that is coming will not only surprise you. It will also expose who truly stands with you. When I elevate you, when I bless you, when I shift your life, it will reveal the hearts of many. Some will rejoice with you genuinely. Some will pretend to be happy but feel secretly threatened. Some who once looked down on you will try to come close again. Some who betrayed you will suddenly remember your name. This is why I am preparing you now, before the miracle fully manifests, so that you will not be confused when people's behavior changes around you. You will see the one who betrayed you showing signs, more messages, more calls, more attempts to check on you, more interest in your life, more curiosity about your plans. They may even try to insert themselves into your future again, speaking about we and us as if the pain never happened. They do this because they sense something. An atmosphere around you has shifted. Even if they do not understand it, spiritually, they can feel it emotionally. You are not as easily controlled as before. You carry a quiet strength that intimidates the parts of them that are not healed yet. They long to have your energy back in their life. But they do not yet realize that the version of you they want no longer exists. You are being reborn. Even as I speak this, I am wrapping you in comfort. I know that hearing that the one who betrayed you is desperate to make things right can stir up mixed emotions. Part of you wants to see them suffer the way you suffered. Another part of you still cares. Another part of you is tired and just wants peace. Bring all of that to me. I do not ask you to pretend you are okay. I do not ask you to force forgiveness in a single moment. I walk with you through the process. On days when your heart feels soft, I whisper comfort. On days when your heart feels hard, I gently remind you that bitterness imprisons you, not them. I will soften you without making you vulnerable to the same wounds. I will strengthen you without making you cold. There is also a future I am shaping for you that is bigger than this betrayal. You will not always think about them the way you do now. You will not always cry over what they did. There will come a day when you look back and realize that their betrayal was a bridge, not a wall. It carried you to a new season. It pushed you into my arms in a new way. It taught you how to love yourself and value yourself beyond what anyone else thinks. It broke the illusion that you needed them to be whole. In that moment, you will thank me not for the pain itself, but for what I built in you through it. I am also bringing relationships into your life that are healthy, safe, and honest. People who will speak to you with respect, not manipulation. People who will celebrate your growth and not feel threatened by your strength. People who will stand beside you in both joy and struggle. These people are part of your miracle. Do not be so focused on the one who betrayed you that you miss the ones I am sending. Do not be so busy trying to understand why they did what they did that you overlook the genuine hands I am stretching toward you through others. If I allow that person to cross paths with you again, it will be on my terms, in my timing, and for my purpose. It may be for closure. It may be for a final conversation that sets your heart free. It may be for reconciliation. But if it is, it will be because they have truly changed. Not just because they are lonely or scared. You will know the difference by the fruit, by their consistency, by their actions, not just their words. Do not rush to trust again. Trust is not given. It is rebuilt brick by brick through time, truth and transparency. If they are unwilling to walk through that process, then they are not ready for the access they are asking for. Meanwhile, I want you to open this message not just with your eyes, but with your spirit. This is why I brought you here today on this date. You wondered if I still see you. You wondered if heaven is still aware of your pain. You wondered if Archangel Michael is truly fighting for you. Yes, my child. I see you. Heaven is not silent about your life. The battles you cannot see, I have already won. The attacks that never reached you, you will only understand one day when you realize how many times I intervened quietly. You are not alone in your room. You are not alone in your thoughts. You are not alone in your healing. Every time your heart aches, I am near. Every time you feel weak, I cover you. Every time you feel like going back to what broke you, I am the gentle voice telling you, wait, there is more for you. Do not settle. Do not shrink to fit into places I am calling you out of. I am your God and I am jealous for your peace. I am jealous for your joy. I am jealous for the beauty I placed inside you that others tried to crush. So today as you read this, receive my word. A big miracle is coming. It is not small. It is not partial. It is not halfway. It is complete. It will touch areas of your life you never imagined could heal. It will restore parts of your heart you thought were permanently damaged. It will bring newness in your finances, in your relationships, in your dreams, in your self-worth. It will not come through confusion. It will not come through manipulation. It will not come through people forcing themselves back into your life on their terms. It will come through my order, my timing, my path. The one who betrayed you will continue to feel the weight of what they did that is between them and me. Pray for them if you can, release them in your heart, but do not let their desperation become your direction. Your life is not in their hands. It is in mine. Your future is not in their apology. It is in my promise. Your healing is not in their return. It is in my presence. Let me be your anchor. Let me be your safety. Let me lead you into the miracle you have waited for. Keep your heart open to me, your eyes focused on me, your steps guided by me. Archangel Michael is going ahead of you, clearing what needs to be cleared, guarding what needs to be guarded. When the moment comes where choices appear before you, remember these words I speak to you now. Remember that you are precious, that you are loved, that you are chosen, that you are not a backup plan, not a second option, not a temporary comfort. You are a divine investment. Whoever steps into your life must come with honor, truth, and accountability, or they will not be allowed to stay. This message is for you. Not by accident, not by coincidence. I am reaching for you because your spirit has been crying out for clarity, for justice, for direction. I answer you with love. I answer you with truth. I answer you with a promise. You will not remain where betrayal left you. You are walking into a season where what was meant to break you will become a testimony of how deeply I can restore. Trust me, my child. Hold my hand. Your miracle is already on its way. I am speaking to you, my beloved child, and I am asking you to listen with your heart because this message is truly for you. I have watched every tear you cried when you thought no one saw you. I have heard every word you whispered into your pillow. Every "why did they do this to me? Why was I treated this way?" I am not far away from your pain. I have been standing beside you in every lonely moment, in every betrayal, in every silent heartbreak. I am the one who saw what they did when no one was watching. I am the one who knows what you gave, how loyal you were, how real your love was. And today I, the Lord your God, am telling you a big miracle is coming into your life, and nothing and no one will stop what I am about to do for you. Today, on this very day, I send Archangel Michael to stand close to you and to whisper to your spirit that your story is changing. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not foolish for how deeply you loved. You are not foolish for trusting even though they betrayed you. The ones who tried to break you are now feeling the weight of what they did. The person who betrayed you, the one who played with your trust, the one who took your heart and handled it carelessly, is now desperate inside, even if they are hiding it on the outside. They are restless in their nights and their thoughts keep circling back to you. They thought they could walk away and never look back. But now their spirit is unsettled because I am shining my light on their actions. And they cannot escape what they did to you, my child. I know how many times you questioned yourself. You wondered if you were the problem, if you were not enough, if maybe you loved too much, gave too much, hoped too much. But I want you to hear me clearly. You were not the problem. Your love was not the problem. Your honesty was not the problem. Your willingness to forgive and believe was not the problem. They betrayed a pure heart, and that is why their spirit cannot find peace now. They are desperate to make things right because guilt is chasing them in ways they did not expect. They remember your kindness. They remember your patience. They remember the times you stood by them, even when everyone else turned away. And now, as the truth rises, they are beginning to realize what they lost when they betrayed you. But listen carefully. My child. Although they are desperate to make things right, there is something they still have not done. There is something they still hold back. They have not been fully honest. They have not fully surrendered their pride. There is a part of them that still wants to control the narrative, to appear better than they were, to hide some of the darkest parts of what they did. They are willing to apologize for some things, but not for all. They are willing to show you a part of the truth but not the full truth. They are willing to say "I'm sorry" with their lips, but their heart still protects certain secrets, certain motives, certain conversations, certain betrayals that you are not aware of. And I, your God, do not want you to be blinded again. Archangel Michael stands on your right side in this season, holding a sword of light, and he is cutting cords that are unhealthy and dangerous to your soul. He is not cutting away true love. He is cutting away manipulation. He is not cutting away your future. He is cutting away the chains of your past. He is not cutting away the blessing. He is cutting away the counterfeit. Do not be afraid when certain connections fall apart. Do not be afraid when certain messages stop coming. Do not be afraid when certain people suddenly seem distant or uncomfortable around you. That is my hand moving. That is my protection working. That is my love for you, cleaning the path in front of you. You asked me to bless you and I heard you. You asked me to bring you peace and I listened. But sometimes to bring you a big miracle, I must remove what is not aligned with your destiny. Sometimes you think I am taking love away from you when I am really removing a dangerous imitation. Sometimes you think I am leaving you alone when I am actually clearing the noise around you so you can hear my voice clearly. The miracle coming into your life is not just money, not just opportunity, not just a relationship. The miracle coming is peace. The miracle coming is clarity. The miracle coming is a season where you will finally breathe without fear, trust without shaking. Walk without constantly looking back to see who is plotting behind you. The one who betrayed you is feeling regret now. And I am allowing that regret to touch them so that they understand what they have done. Not to punish them, but so that they learn, grow, and change. I am a God of justice, but I am also a God of mercy. I see your pain and I see their guilt. And I am working in ways you cannot fully see yet. I am softening hearts, breaking pride, exposing lies, and pulling down the masks that people wear. I will not let the truth remain buried forever. The truth will come out piece by piece in ways you did not expect. Watch carefully. Pay attention to what people accidentally reveal. Pay attention to what slips out in conversations. Pay attention to body language, to the way someone suddenly changes when a certain topic arises. That is my spirit nudging you, my beloved. Do not run back quickly just because someone says, "I am sorry." Do not rush to rebuild what I myself allowed to fall apart. Forgive. Yes, because forgiveness is for your soul. Forgive because holding bitterness inside of you is poison that slows down the miracle I want to send. But forgiveness does not mean immediate access. Forgiveness does not mean you must trust them instantly again. Forgiveness does not mean you ignore the warning signs that I placed in front of you. I am not asking you to be cold. I am asking you to be wise. I am not asking you to harden your heart. I am asking you to protect it with me. I am pouring wisdom over you in this hour. Wisdom to discern between words and actions. Wisdom to recognize when someone is truly repentant versus when they are simply afraid of losing the benefits they had with you. Some people do not miss you. They miss the comfort you gave them, the support you gave them, the way you made them feel special. Some people are desperate to make things right with you. Not because they truly understand your value, but because they see that their life is shaking without your presence and they want the stability you once provided. This is why I am warning you. Look beyond the tears. Look beyond the apologies. Look beyond the emotional words. I will show you the heart. Today, Archangel Michael is guarding your doorway, the doorway of your heart, the doorway of your home, the doorway of your future. I send him to block what is not meant to enter, to stop what is dangerous, to push back what is dark. That is why sometimes people feel resistance when trying to come back into your life. It is not because you are unlovable. It is because my protection is active. It is because my angels stand watch. You prayed for divine protection and I answered you. And sometimes my protection looks like distance. Sometimes my protection looks like unanswered messages. Sometimes my protection looks like a silence you do not understand. You have been through so much, my child. Your heart has been stretched and pulled and wounded. Yet it still beats with the desire to love and to be loved. That is beautiful and I honor that in you. I am not asking you to stop loving. I am asking you to let me guide where your love flows. I am asking you to let me choose who gets access to your deepest self. The world does not see your full story, but I do. I see the childhood wounds. I see the moments when you felt invisible. I see how betrayal always touches something deeper in you, something older, something buried. That is why this big miracle I am sending is not only external, it is internal. I am healing places inside you that you have never talked about. I am touching memories you thought were dead. I am rewriting the meaning of what happened to you so that it no longer defines your worth. Do not worry about revenge. Do not waste your energy planning how they will learn their lesson. I am God and I do not sleep. I know how to bring each person face to face with themselves. I know how to let the weight of their choices sit on their hearts until they cannot ignore it. I know how to collect every tear you cried and turn it into a harvest of joy. The justice I bring is not always loud, but it is thorough. The tables are turning in quiet ways. Doors that were once closed in your face will open. Opportunities that were denied to you will be offered again, this time without strings attached. People who underestimated you will watch as I elevate you in ways you did not see coming. My child, I want you to release this heavy burden. Now you have carried the pain of this betrayal for so long. You replayed conversations. You imagined different outcomes. You thought, if I had done this differently, maybe they wouldn't have betrayed me. Hear me. This was not your fault. Every soul carries their own choice, their own responsibility. They chose the path they walked and now they feel the emptiness of that choice. You are not responsible for healing them. You are responsible for letting me heal you. Bring me your overthinking. Bring me your what-ifs. Bring me your fear of loving again. I can handle all of it. I am not tired of hearing your heart. I never get tired of you. Today on this 15th of November, I mark a shift in your story. This message is a sign that your season of heavy silent suffering is ending. You have learned the lessons. You have grown in resilience. You have discovered strength inside yourself that you did not know you had. Now I am ready to place new blessings in your hands. But for you to receive them, your hands must be free. You cannot hold on to old pain and new miracles at the same time. You cannot cling to the memory of who hurt you and stretch your hands fully to the future I am giving you. Let them go into my hands. Let what they did go into my judgment and my mercy. Let me handle the outcome. The one who betrayed you is now feeling the urge to reach out, to call, to message, to show up. And in time you may see them try, they may speak of wanting to fix everything. They may claim that they have changed. Some of it may be true. Some of it may not. This is why I am telling you, do not move based on emotion alone. Move with me. Before you respond, talk to me. Before you open the door, open your heart to my voice. Before you say yes again, listen for my peace. My peace is your confirmation. If you feel confusion, chaos, anxiety rising inside you when you think of letting them back in too fast, slow down. That is my spirit cautioning you. Love can be patient. Healing can be patient. You do not need to rush to prove that you are forgiving and kind. You already are. Archangel Michael surrounds you with a circle of light in this moment. In that circle, shame cannot live. In that circle, lies cannot stand. In that circle, fear loses its grip. I am lifting off of you the labels that betrayal tried to put on you. Not enough, unworthy, unlovable, easily replaced. These are lies and they are breaking now in my presence. You are chosen. You are deeply loved, you are precious. You are not replaceable. You are not a background character in your own story. You are the one I have been carefully shaping, refining, preparing for a future that is bigger than the pain you have seen. You wondered if you would ever trust again. You wondered if your heart would ever feel safe again. I tell you, yes. I am going to bring relationships into your life that are honest, loyal, and steady. Friends who do not pretend to support you but truly stand with you. Love that does not confuse you but brings peace. People who are not intimidated by your light but inspired by it. People who do not use your kindness but protect it. This is part of the big miracle that is coming. I am replacing what broke you with what will build you. I am replacing what drained you with what will refresh you. I am replacing what lied to you with what will speak truth over you. The person who betrayed you may or may not journey with you into this next chapter. That decision will not be theirs alone. It will be mine and it will be yours. I invite you into partnership with me. I will show you step by step whether they are truly transformed or simply afraid of losing you. I will show you through consistency, not only through words. Real change is visible over time. Real repentance is not just emotional. It shows up in habits, in patterns, in choices. Do not be afraid to observe. Do not be afraid to say I need time. Do not be afraid to protect the healing I am giving you now. You are entering a season where your spirit will feel lighter. You will look back and see how far you have come. You will look at old messages, old memories, and instead of crying from pain, you will feel a quiet strength rise inside you, knowing that you survived what was meant to break you. Your smile will return, not the fake one you put on for others, but the genuine one that comes from a heart at peace. Your sleep will become deeper as worry slowly releases its grip. Your body will feel the difference when your soul is no longer carrying the weight of betrayal every day. This message is not an accident. This is not random. This is me, your God, reaching for you again, reminding you that you are not alone in this. I have walked every step with you. Even the ones where you thought, no one understands me. I understood. I still understand. I know the complexity of your feelings. You can tell me everything. You can tell me you are angry. You can tell me you are tired. You can tell me you are afraid of being hurt again. I will not reject you. I will hold you. I will comfort you, I will strengthen you. A big miracle is coming. Not a small improvement, not a tiny adjustment, but a shift that will make you say, "Only God could have done this." I will restore what the enemy tried to steal from your heart. I will surprise you with favor in places where you felt shut out. I will open doors you did not even know existed. I will bring you into rooms where your name is spoken with honor, not with mockery. I will let those who underestimated you see the grace that is on your life, but I need you to do one important thing. Keep your heart open to me. Keep your ears tuned to my whisper. Keep your hope alive, even if it is just a small flame. Right now, I can take a tiny flame and turn it into a warm fire again today. As you read these words, feel my presence wrapping around you like a soft protective cloak. Feel Archangel Michael standing guard, sword drawn, not giving ground to anything that is not of me. You are covered. You are seen. You are guided. Let this message sink deep into your spirit. You are moving from a season of betrayal into a season of blessing, from confusion into clarity, from tears into testimony. What they did will not define the rest of your life. What I am doing will. This message is for you. Receive it into your heart. Breathe in this promise. A big miracle is coming. And I, your God, will make sure that when it arrives, you are strong, healed, and ready to walk into it with your head held high and your heart guarded by my love, my child. And I want you to know this very clearly, this message is for you. It is not an accident that your eyes are here. It is not a coincidence that your heart is restless today. Archangel Michael is standing beside you and he is whispering into your spirit. A big miracle is coming. You may not see it yet, but heaven has already moved things on your behalf. What you thought was over is not over. What you thought was lost is not lost. What you thought was broken beyond repair is now in my hands. You have been through betrayal that cut you deeply, someone you trusted, someone you opened your heart to did something that shook your soul. They lied. They hid something. They let others talk about you. They turned their back when you needed them the most. You asked, God, how could they do this to me? You asked, why did you allow this? You cried in secret places where no one could see your tears. You smiled in front of others, but inside you were bleeding. I saw all of it. I saw the day you found out the truth. I saw the confusion in your mind. The way your chest tightened, the way your legs almost gave out. I saw you replay every conversation, every message, every moment, trying to see where things changed. I saw you blaming yourself, asking what you did wrong, wondering if you weren't good enough, wondering if you should have seen it coming. I want you to hear me now. You were not betrayed because you were weak. You were betrayed because you have a pure heart and the enemy tried to use that to break you. The person who betrayed you is not at peace, even if they look fine on the outside. They are more restless than you realize. Their thoughts return to you in the quiet hours. They are desperate to make things right. But there is still something they are holding back, something they have not yet surrendered, something they still have not said. They are wrestling with guilt, pride, and fear. Part of them wants to confess, to apologize, to humble themselves. Another part still wants to protect their image, save face, and pretend it was not as serious as it was. I know their heart fully, and I know yours. You have cried out to me, God. If they are sorry, why haven't they come? Why haven't they told the full truth? Why do I feel like something is still hidden? Listen carefully. Your spirit is not wrong. Your intuition is not foolish. I gave you a discerning heart. You can sense that there is still a piece missing, a confession unspoken, a truth buried, a motive they don't want to face. This is why even when they try to approach you indirectly, your heart feels uneasy. This is why you still feel a weight when you think of them. There is something they still have not brought into the light. Yet at the same time, I am the God of mercy, restoration, and miracles. Today, on this very day, I want you to know that a big miracle is moving toward you. It is not just about money, not just about opportunities, not just about a new door opening. One of the greatest miracles I am preparing for you is an inner shift that will free you from the prison of what they did to you. I am preparing a miracle of healing in your heart, a miracle of clarity in your mind, a miracle of strength in your spirit, and a miracle of justice that will not be delayed. Archangel Michael is going before you, cutting away invisible chains, chains of shame, chains of replaying the past, chains of overthinking every detail. You have carried this betrayal like a heavy stone in your chest. You have felt tired even when you wake up because your heart is carrying too much. Today I am saying to you, give it to me, give me the betrayal. Give me the questions. Give me the anger you are afraid to admit. Give me the disappointment you don't even have words for. I can hold what you cannot hold anymore. You have tried to be strong for everyone. You have tried to pretend that you are not affected. You kept saying it's okay. I'm fine. I've moved on. Even while your heart said I still hurt. I am not asking you to pretend with me. I am asking you to be honest with me. You don't need to pray with perfect words. You just need to say, God, this still hurts. You just need to admit, God, I don't understand, but I put it in your hands. When you do that, you open a door for my healing power to flow in you in ways you did not imagine. The person who betrayed you is feeling the weight of what they did. They are more desperate to make things right than they show anyone. But here is what you must understand. Not every apology brings healing. And not every return means restoration. They want to come back, but they still want to keep some of their pride. They want your forgiveness, but they don't want the full humility that comes with true repentance. They are torn between their love for you and their fear of exposing the whole truth. This is the something they still refuse to face. The something they still have not surrendered fully. I am protecting you from cheap apologies that sound good but change nothing. I am protecting you from temporary tears that do not convert into long-term transformation. I am protecting you from being pulled back into old cycles where you doubt yourself and walk on eggshells, afraid to upset them. Afraid to lose them again. You will not live your life in fear of losing someone who was willing to lose you once before. I am lifting you into a season where you know your value, where you know your worth, where you know that your heart is precious and must be honored, not used. This miracle I am sending is not just about them. It is about you. I am working inside you, a new level of confidence, discernment, and peace. I am taking you from a place where you apologize for existing to a place where you stand tall in who I made you to be. I am taking you from a place where you cling to people out of fear of being alone to a place where you trust that I will bring the right people at the right time. In the right way. I am taking you from a place where betrayal defines your story to a place where triumph, growth, and divine favor define your story. There were nights you felt forgotten, but I never left you. There were moments you thought, maybe God doesn't care, but I was there in the silence holding you together. Every tear you cried was seen. Every time you wanted to text them and stopped yourself, I saw your restraint. Every time you decided not to fight back, not to expose them, not to take revenge. I saw your heart choosing a higher road. Even in your pain, heaven has recorded your tears and your restraint. This is why a miracle is being prepared, with your name on it. Archangel Michael has been assigned to guard your path. The attacks that were sent to break you will not prosper. The words spoken against you behind your back will not destroy your destiny. The plans formed in secret rooms to make you look like the problem will be exposed. You will not be the one who ends up ashamed. Those who played with your heart while smiling in your face will have to face the truth of who you really are. My chosen one, my beloved, my child. But listen carefully. This big miracle, coming is not just an external blessing. It is also a moment of decision for you. You will soon be faced with a choice. When the person who betrayed you tries to step back into your life. When they send that message, when they call, when they stand in front of you and say, "I'm sorry," you will feel your heart pull in many directions. Part of you will want to drop everything and run back to how things used to be. Part of you will remember the pain and want to protect yourself. Part of you will feel compassion seeing their tears. Part of you will hear me whispering what is true beyond the emotions of that moment. Do not make decisions from fear. Do not make decisions from loneliness. Do not make decisions from pressure. Make decisions from a place of peace, alignment, and clarity with me. That is why I am speaking to you now ahead of time. So that when that moment comes, your spirit will remember these words. Forgiveness is my command, but reconciliation is my wisdom. I am calling you to forgive so your heart can be free. So your mind can breathe again. So your future is not poisoned by your past. But I am not forcing you to put yourself back in the same position to be hurt again. You are allowed to draw boundaries. You are allowed to say, "I forgive you," but things cannot go back to what they were overnight. You are allowed to protect your peace, your purpose, and your growth. You are allowed to require consistency, not just words. You are allowed to watch actions over time and listen to my guidance before you fully open the door again. The person who betrayed you is desperate in their own way. But they must also surrender their pride to me. They must come into the light with their whole truth, not half-truths. They must face the reality of what they did, not minimize it. They must be willing to change, not just ask you to pretend it didn't happen. Some of what they still hide is tied to fear of consequences, fear of losing others, fear of being judged. I am dealing with their hearts separately, in my timing, in my way. You, my child, are not responsible for fixing them. You are not responsible for carrying their guilt. You are not responsible for punishing yourself because of their choices. You are not responsible for shrinking yourself so they can feel more comfortable. Your responsibility is to heal, to listen to my voice, to grow, to protect the light I have placed inside you. Your responsibility is to allow me to love you so deeply that you no longer feel pressured to chase the love of those who mishandled you. This big, miracle coming is also an answer to prayers you've forgotten you prayed. You asked me to show you who is real and who is not. You asked me to remove people who secretly wish you harm. You asked me to expose those who pretend well but carry harmful intentions. The exposure hurt you, but it saved your future. The betrayal felt like destruction, but it was actually a divine redirection. I have been shifting you away from shallow connections toward deeper, safer, more authentic ones. I am going to place you in spaces where your heart is honored, where your presence is valued, where your kindness is not taken as weakness, where your love is not manipulated. I am opening doors in career, finances, relationships, and spiritual growth that fit who you truly are becoming, not who you were when you settled for less. Much of what you lost, you did not actually lose. You outgrew it. You outgrew the version of you that believed you had to accept crumbs. You outgrew the version of you that believed betrayal was normal. Archangel, Michael is cutting away the old labels that others put on you. Too sensitive, too emotional, too much, not enough. I am replacing those labels with truths. You are compassionate, discerning, passionate, chosen, capable, growing. I am giving you back your voice. I am reminding you that you can say no without feeling guilty. That you can say this hurts me without feeling dramatic. That you can say I need time without feeling selfish. Do not underestimate what I am doing inside you right now. Even if your life looks quiet on the outside, there are shifts happening in the spiritual realm that you cannot see yet. Some connections are being rearranged. Some opportunities are aligning. Some delays are being broken. Some hidden enemies are being stopped. Some blessings that were blocked by confusion and emotional entanglement are being released. As you step into greater clarity and peace, you make room for what is truly meant for you. The betrayal you went through could have hardened your heart, but it didn't. You still have the capacity to love. You still care even though you act like you don't. Sometimes you still want to see the best in people even though you're afraid. This is proof that my hand is on you. Your heart is a garden I am tending. Yes, some weeds were planted by others, but I am pulling them up. Yes, some flowers were trampled on by careless feet, but I am watering new ones. The person who betrayed you may be part of your future story, or they may not. That is not your burden to carry today. Your focus now is to let me heal what they broke, to let me rebuild what was shaken, to let me remind you of who you are. I will give you wisdom in the right moment. I will tell you when to open the door and when to keep some distance. I will show you when their repentance is genuine and when it is not. I will not leave you alone with such a big choice, my child. I also want you to release the heavy expectations you put on yourself. You blame yourself for trusting them. You blame yourself for loving them. You blame yourself for missing the signs. But I say to you, your love was not foolish. Your loyalty was not a mistake. Your trust revealed who they really are, not who you are. I would rather you love deeply and learn than close your heart and never experience growth, connection, or authenticity. What you see as a weakness, I see as a beautiful part of your design. I will teach you how to guard your heart better without hardening it. This big miracle is a turning point. After this, your life will not be defined by what they did, but by what I did after. I am going to bring testimonies out of this pain. You will speak life into others who are going through betrayal. You will understand things so deeply that your words will carry weight. You will be able to look someone in the eyes and say, I've been there and I know you can heal because I did too. This is how your hurt becomes a healing for others. How your tears water someone else's breakthrough. On this 15th of November, I want you to mark this in your spirit. A shift is happening from carrying guilt to releasing it. From replaying the past to envisioning the future. From being afraid of being alone to realizing you are never alone with me. From waiting for their validation to resting in my affirmation, you are stepping into a season where you will see my hand more clearly. Expect sudden changes. Expect doors to open unexpectedly. Expect inner peace to rise in you without any obvious external reason. That is my spirit calming the storm inside you before I calm the storm around you. That is Archangel Michael standing guard while I realign your steps. A time is coming soon when you will look back at this betrayal and say, it hurt, but it pushed me closer to God. It broke me, but it built a stronger version of me. It confused me, but it brought me into deeper clarity. You will see why I did not allow you to stay in certain spaces. Why I did not allow your heart to remain tied to certain people in the same way. You will understand why I separated you even when you begged me to make it work. The person who betrayed you is on their own journey now. Pray for them, but don't pause your life for them. Forgive them, but don't freeze your destiny waiting for them to change. Release them into my hands. I know how to deal with their heart, their choices, their guilt, their pride. I know how to bring them to a place of true surrender if they are willing. Your part is to keep walking with me step by step, day by day. When your heart feels heavy, call on me. When memories flood in, breathe and remember you are not there anymore. When anger rises, give it to me. Don't let it poison you when loneliness whispers that you'll never find better. Silence that lie with my truth. I have plans for you that are good. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Plans that do not rely on those who mishandled you. This message is only for you because it is meeting you where you truly are in the secret place of your heart. I am speaking to the part of you you don't show anyone. The part that doesn't want to be disappointed again. The part that still hopes. The part that still believes in love. The part that wants to trust again but feels scared. I am gently taking that part in my hands and saying I will not drop you. I will not betray you. I will not walk away when things are hard. I will be your constant when others are unstable. Archangel Michael says a big miracle is coming and I confirm it. You will see miraculous answers to long-standing prayers. You will see movement in areas that felt stuck. You will see opportunities that match the gifts I placed in you. You will see favor that cannot be explained by your qualifications alone. You will feel lighter, more aligned, more connected to my voice. And as this happens, the betrayal will no longer define your days. It will become one chapter in a much bigger story. A story of resilience, faith, growth, and divine love. Stay close to me. Guard your heart, but don't close it. Forgive, but stay wise. Be kind, but don't abandon your boundaries. Hope again. But let your hope rest in me, not in any human. I am with you in every breath, every step, every silent tear, and every quiet smile. Nothing was wasted. Nothing is lost. Everything is being woven into a beautiful tapestry. Even if right now you only see tangled threads, today is not just another date on the calendar in the invisible realm. This day marks a new phase for you. Walk forward knowing this. You are seen. You are loved. You are protected. And you are being prepared for a miracle that will touch not only your circumstances but your entire way of seeing yourself and your future. This is my message for you. Hold it in your heart. Let it comfort you when you feel weak.